Once upon a time, there was a crow who lived in the forest. It was very clever and would often outsmart the other animals with its intelligence. One day, the crow was flying over the forest when it saw a ripe fig hanging from a tree. The crow wanted to eat the fig, but it was stuck deep inside the fig, so the crow tried pecking at it to get it out, but it couldn't. Just then, a fox came by and saw the crow struggling. "Hey, bird, what are you doing?" asked the fox. "I want to get this fig out," replied the crow. "It looks delicious, but it's stuck too far inside for me to reach." The fox had a clever plan. He said, "Don't worry, bird, I can help you." The crow looked at the fox suspiciously. "How can you help me?" "I'll ask you 3 questions, and if you answer them correctly, I'll help you get the food. If you don't, then sorry, but I think I'll have to eat you." The crow thought for a moment. "Alright, fox, you got yourself a deal." The fox smiled very well. "Let's begin," the fox asked. "What do I have on my tail?" The crow looked at the fox's bushy tail and replied, "You have a brush." The fox was impressed. This bird wasn't as dumb as he thought. Still, he had 2 more questions and he needed to be sure that he could outsmart this crow. That was an easy one. Let's see if he can get this next question right. The fox asked, "What is between the sky and the earth?" The crow looked around. There were trees, bushes, and rocks, but nothing in particular was standing out. Then he noticed something in the distance. Sure, it was far away, but he could still make out what it was. "Is that a cloud is between the sky and the earth?" "Yes, that is correct," said the fox. "I'm impressed. You're a very smart bird. But I need to be sure that you aren't just lucky. So let's move on to the final question. This will be the most difficult of all." The crow knew that the fox was trying to trick him. He had to be very careful with his final question. The fox took a deep breath before asking, "What is always coming but never arrives?" The crow thought for a long time. He looked up at the sun, but that didn't seem right. He looked at the clouds moving by, but they were moving too fast. He looked back at the fox, but the fox seemed to know the answer already. The crow racked his brain trying to figure out what it could be. Finally, he spoke up and said, "Is tomorrow?" The fox was shocked. How did this bird know the answer? The crow replied, "I think that's right. Tomorrow is always coming, but it never actually gets here. One day becomes now and then it's today, but tomorrow is still coming." The fox looked at the crow in amazement. "That is absolutely correct. You win this round, bird. You may have the prize." The crow was so happy to win. He quickly pecked at the fig until it popped out and he ate it. The fox watched as the crow enjoyed his prize. He was impressed by how smart the crow was. The crow finished eating the fig and turned to the fox. "Well, thank you for playing with me, fox. That was really fun." The fox nodded. "Me too. You are a very clever crow. I may have lost this round, but I'll get you next time, bird." The crow laughed and flew off into the forest. The fox watched him go and shook his head in disbelief. He had never met a crow as smart as this one before. From that day on, the crow continued to live in the forest using his intelligence to outsmart anyone who tried to trick him. And as for the fox, well, he learned that not all crows are as dumb as they seem. If you like this story, be sure to stay tuned for more animal adventures.